Two women both trusted the wrong men. One was stabbed to death in a hotel and left in a pool of blood. The other was beaten with a hammer by her own son and thrown into a well. What do these crimes have in common? They were both killed for rituals, and the people behind it were not strangers, but the ones they knew. This is not just evil, it is betrayal of the deepest kind. Stay with us as we uncover the full heartbreaking truth behind these shocking murders only on Africa Today Crime.
What you want to take it down? Hammer. Stick. Why you take it?
For our house.
Why you kill? What I kill you do?
After we I will that when me and I will follow together. So we come drag me and I will drag go to inside well. Go outside. Then he come open the well. As he open the well, he come carry her body, carry through put in.
Him alone, I be two of them.
Him alone or you and him?
But as we go reach for the well.
Now let him grab his body.
Welcome to Africa Today Crime Channel. Do you know liking our video helps it grow faster? Please, today don't forget to like our video, subscribe and share. Thank you.
This is one of the most heartbreaking stories you will ever hear. A story of a mother who raised her son with love, only for that same son to take her life in the most shocking way. Today we bring you the painful story of 29-year-old Matthias Amund Ugwe, a man who killed his own mother and dumped her body in a well, all because of a ritual promise. This sad event happened in Ohong community, a quiet village in Obudu local government area of Cross River State, Nigeria. The victim was 58-year-old Miss Justina Amund. She was a peaceful woman well known in the community for her kindness and strong Christian faith. No one would have ever believed that the child she raised from birth would be the one to end her life. Let's take you back to how it all happened. It was the 24th of December 2024, Christmas Eve. Miss Amund had gone to church that night to attend the Christmas vigil. As usual, she stayed long in church, praying and singing with others. She returned home very late, tired but happy. Like every other night, she locked all the doors and went to bed. But unknown to her, her own son, Matthias, was already hiding inside the house alongside a friend. They had sneaked in earlier and hid inside the storeroom. They were waiting quietly for the right time to strike. But something happened that they didn't expect. Around midnight, the housemaid who was staying with Miss Amund woke up feeling thirsty. She walked into the kitchen to get some water. As she walked past the store, she heard strange sounds. Something wasn't right. She opened the door of the store and was shocked. Standing there was Matthias and another man. Both of them were hiding quietly in the dark, scared and confused. She screamed. The noise woke Miss Justina. She rushed out to see what was going on. She tried to protect the young girl, but sadly her son turned against her. With a heavy hammer in his hand, Matthias attacked his own mother. He hit her again and again until she stopped breathing. After he confirmed she was dead, Matthias took the money she had on her and, together with his friend, dragged her body to the well inside the compound. With no emotions, they dropped her inside like trash. They then carried the housemaid and ran away to Boki local government area. They warned her never to speak a word of what she saw, or they would kill her too. But the housemaid was brave. She waited until she found a chance to escape. On the 27th of December, she ran to Utanga in Obanliku local government area to meet her parents. She told them everything that happened that night. The parents quickly contacted the authorities and some trusted members of the community. By the next day, December 28, 2024, a search party went to the house. And there, inside the well, they found the body of Miss Justina Amund. The community was in shock. People could not believe it. Why would a son kill the very woman who brought him into this world? But the truth was darker than they expected. Investigations show that Matthias didn't act alone. He was working under the instructions of a suspected ritualist. The ritualist had told Matthias to shave his mother's hair and bring it to him as part of a ritual sacrifice. Yes, he killed his own mother, not just for money, but to use her body for spiritual gain. With the help of the Nigerian police, the local security unit, and the youth council of Obudu, Matthias was finally arrested in Batriko, Eastern Boki. The ritualist who gave the instruction was also arrested, and both of them are now in police custody. It was also discovered that Matthias had been living with a leg injury from an old accident years ago. Some say the injury made him bitter and aggressive over the years. Others says he just turned evil out of greed. The whole Ohang community was filled with sadness. Many people described Miss Justina as humble and loving. They said she had no enemies. She was known to help others and never got involved in any trouble. To think that her own child would betray her this way is something no one can truly understand. There are still many questions. Why did Matthias listen to a ritualist? Did poverty push him, or was he just heartless from the start? Whatever the reason, a life has been lost and a community has been left with pain that may never go away. Dear viewers, let this story remind us evil doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes the most painful betrayal comes from those closest to us. May the soul of Miss Justina Amund rest in peace, and may justice be served.
Me and Wakot.
Wakot.
How na take kill am?
That one they were.
That one, we don't go in house, we don't see him there.
So how na take kill?
Now take key.
He hit am something.
Wetin be the thing?
What you want to take?
Hammer. Our stick, na stick.
Na hammer. The pro you say
Why
throw the
you
hammer.
take it? Why you take?
Na for our house.
Why you kill? What you do?
After we land down, I will that where me and I will follow together. So, we come drag her, me and I will come drag her to go to inside well. Go outside. Then he come open the well. As he open the well, he come carry her body, carry through put in.
Him alone abi two of una.
Him alone or you and him?
But as we go reach for the well,
Now only him drag the dead body, put inside well, or una follow together.
nah, him alone will drag the body, put inside.
From inside house. Leave am make go talk through.
So una take drag the woman, put inside well.
No, nah, shut up.
Okay, 12 na hold am.
Why you dey lie?
Your mama.
They go beat them for Guru, not here.
So now, stranger no know where dey inside compound.
Who knows say well?
Who know say well dey there? Where you discuss say
Inspector, put the doors there. No, I was not at home.
you know they give you time to talk. You don't talk anything.
Go talk.
A young woman walked into a hotel in Lagos, thinking she was going to spend a quiet evening with someone she trusted, someone who claimed to love her. But by the end of the night, her body was found in a pool of blood, stabbed many times, and the person behind it all was her own boyfriend. The story begins in the Ayobo area of Lagos State. It was a quiet Thursday evening. Most people were going about their normal business. At a local hotel, a young man named Amos Daniel walked in with two of his friends. They came in around 5 p.m. Nobody suspected anything strange. They paid for a room, smiled at the receptionist, and went in. Later that evening, a woman joined them in the room. That woman was believed to be Amos' girlfriend. Her name, Endurance, a young lady from Akwa Ibom State. No one knew this was the last place she would ever be seen alive. Around 10 p.m. that night, people in the hotel started hearing strange sounds coming from the room. At first, it sounded like loud movement. Then it turned into something worse, like someone fighting for their life. A man staying in the next room, who gave his name as Adio, said he was curious about the noise. He stepped out and met a hotel security guard. The guard also said he heard it. They both knocked on the door. No answer, so they used the spare key, and what they saw inside was terrible. Endurance was lying in a pool of blood. She had been stabbed several times. Her body was covered in wounds on her stomach, her head, her ribs. The room was scattered. It was clear that a struggle had happened. It was also clear she didn't survive it. As soon as the body was found, the hotel staff raised the alarm. Guests came out. Everyone was in shock, but something else happened quickly. The 3 men who came into the hotel room were nowhere to be found. They had escaped. Well, not all of them. The hotel workers began searching the area. They believed one of the men might still be around. They were right. Suddenly, they saw someone trying to run toward the gate. It was Amos Daniel. He had been hiding somewhere on the premises, waiting for the right time to flee. But he was caught. Right there on the spot. People were angry. He was beaten before the police were called. And in that moment of fear and pain, Amos confessed. He told them he had his 2 friends planned to kill Endurance for ritual purposes. That was why they brought her to the hotel. The hotel manager ran to the police station the next day, Friday. He reported the incident at Ayobo police station. By the time detectives arrived, they had already recovered something shocking: a dagger. It fell from Amos' body during the struggle to arrest him. Police also searched his room and house. What they found made things even worse. These were the items found in his possession: a UTC axe, a machete, a long cutlass, several jackknives, a laptop, a big pair of scissors, a sponge often used in rituals, a jungle boot. Why did a young man have all these dangerous tools? It wasn't just a fight. This was a planned ritual killing. Honestly, trust me, it was a planned ritual killing. The case was quickly moved to SCID, State Criminal Investigation Department in Yaba. They want to dig deeper, find the 2 other suspects, and understand the full story. The police confirmed that Endurance had deep wounds on her head, on her side, and on her belly. She was stabbed with full force, no mercy, no sign of regret. Endurance is now gone, a young lady who thought she was just going to visit her boyfriend. She never knew it was a trap. No one deserves to die like this. No one deserves this kind of betrayal. Her parents and family in Akwa Ibom have been thrown into mourning. They never imagined they would get this kind of news, that their daughter was murdered in a hotel and by someone she trusted. Now, the big question is, why did Amos do it? Was he under pressure to make money? Did someone promise him something, or did he do it out of pure wickedness? Only he can answer that. But what we do know is this: greed and evil work together, and many innocent lives are being lost in the name of rituals. Dear viewers, this is not just a story, it is a warning. Be careful who you trust, be careful where you go, because sometimes the face that smiles at you could be the face of death. May the soul of Endurance rest in peace, and may justice be served. You have been watching Africa Today Crime. If this story touched you, please like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life crime stories from Nigeria. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.